Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, and today I'll be reading Multi-Character Listener by me. So let's get into it. Wriothesley. It was difficult to make Wriothesley mad at you, or to see him being rather unusual. He was very controlled with his own emotions, and most of the time, anger was not something that he expressed so freely, and he was able to control it. Especially around you. Especially since he cared about you so much and never wanted you to fear him or make you worry. But today was a different day. He felt so stressed. So many things had gone wrong, and it seemed like you didn't read the room at all. He was trying to avoid you, trying not to talk, but you were not even giving him a chance. He wanted to avoid you to make sure that the two of you didn't fight, but you did not get the hint, apparently, because here you were, fighting and arguing, even though he was doing his best to make sure it did not come to that. Wriothesley, I need you to understand. You can't just keep avoiding me whenever you feel like it. You haven't said a word. Just tell me what's going on. We're going to get married, for God's sake. And here you are, hiding things from me because I'm too stupid to understand. And those words of yours, they make him snap. Maybe not everything's about you. Maybe some things are not meant to be about you, Ian. It would have been easier for you to understand if you weren't so self-centered. What do you mean by that? I'm only talking about how you're avoiding me, how it's bad for us. And this is what you have to say in the end? Really now? You say, feeling like what he was saying was rather ridiculous. And so you go back and forth, yelling at one another, hurling insults and hurtful remarks. Until Wriothesley's had enough. He hates this. So he yells, screaming at you, his voice loud and scary and everything it never was. And that's when you freeze, flinching, and take a step back. And he looks at you. His eyes are stuck on your frame for a couple of moments, staring, and he looks away. I didn't mean that. You don't really respond to that, because there's no response that comes to your mind that would fit, that would be right, that would make sense with what he has done. But you do know that what you can do is just nod and try your best not to cry. Wriothesley, I'm sorry. Maybe I took things too far. I just need a break right now. You say, barely holding it together, and then you run away. You don't want to be with him in the same room anymore. You need a break, and it was clearly obvious that he needed one even more than you. And days passed, the two of you not interacting at all, refusing to see one another, refusing to meet. You needed time. You needed a break. And Wriothesley had a lot of time to reflect. He felt rather guilty for what happened. He never wanted to put you in that position. He never wanted to make you upset. He never wanted to be someone who would hurt you and see that fear on your face as a result of what he did. He was supposed to be able to protect you and make you happy, not be someone who causes you to be afraid or run away. But he feels like he's shattered that, like he's messed up something, and there was no return from what he had done. And that may be the case. And the fact that it may be, it terrifies him, because he never wants it to get to that. He never wants to scare you or make you hate him, and he wonders, within his own mind, if things are over now, or if you will forgive him. He knows that maybe he was being a little bit too difficult, hiding things from you, but it wasn't like you were respecting space either. He needed some time to be able to tell you things, and not everything had to be said. Some things would just remain with him if he didn't want to say them, and you should understand that. So, with all those thoughts in his mind, he knew he at least had to make an attempt at an apology and try to show you his perspective, or at the very least, tell you that he's sorry for his behavior, or at least what he did wrong back then. And so, when you're back at your own home and find someone knocking on your door, you don't actually guess that it will be him, and you open it, only to spot him with a bouquet of flowers. Wriothesley, what brings you here? Leon, let's not beat around the bush. Let's be honest for once. You wanted me to communicate and to talk to you. So here I am. I'm going to tell you what I think. I want to say I'm sorry. Because I shouldn't have lashed out like that. I shouldn't have scared you. And I know it may be difficult to understand why I hide things from you. It's not about you, Ian. Sometimes I'm not comfortable to share things. And not everything's easy to be shared. So I guess I just needed some time. And some space. It was not about hiding things from you. If I wanted to hide, then I would have done it better. And you know that. But I'm still sincere about my apology for lashing out and scaring you back there. And when he thinks that you won't listen to him, you wrap your arms around him, in contrast to what he was thinking. It's alright, Wriothesley. I'm sorry as well. I pushed things too far. I should have respected your privacy a little bit more. Just because you're a couple or are getting married, it doesn't mean that you can't have your own things. And I'm sorry for not understanding that. And as he held you, wrapping his arms right back around you, both of you felt relief within your hearts, knowing that you were getting a second chance with each other to make things right once and for all.